Hello everyone, very good evening. We shall start the session in a minute. Okay, let me share my screen and start the session, okay? I hope everyone has gone through what we have discussed yesterday so that it will be much more easier today to continue the session. Actually, there is a network issue from my end. That's why I still couldn't load the Databricks, but give me a moment, okay? Okay, I'm sharing the screen now. I hope this is visible to everyone. So yesterday, what are all the things we have discussed? We have discussed all the things like creating delta tables and all these, and we have also discussed about what is the difference between a delta table and a data lake table, right? Means we have storage account. So from that storage account, we can read the data by mounting it to our Databricks, right? So we can do that particular thing, but there is one more concept called delta table. How to create a delta table? So we have seen the format, it should be a delta format, and it can be when we are saving it, it is always stored in the format of Parquet file only, right? We all remember all these things, right? So this is one more thing. And delta lake is a layer upon the data lake which we have created inside the Databricks. We leverage all our things, all our tables which we are going to create in Databricks using a using data lake. We leveraged the properties and we have created the delta lake. Okay, clear everyone? So So once that is created, delta lake is created, you can always use it in whatever case you want. And the difference between a delta table and a normal table is inside the catalog. If you see inside the DBFS, if I go to any file store, see here, CSV file, text file, and Parquet file. Does this any particular file having a log file, something like that? No, right? But in case of Parquet files, definitely there is a log file. It consists, and also, wait, this is not having anything inside the data input Parquet. Okay. So see, all these are having a delta log and few partitions. Data is divided into partitions, and inside the delta log, you could see how many versions we have created from the beginning of, I mean, from by the time we have created this particular delta table, how many versions after that we have, means whatever operations you do on that, except the read operation, be it a write operation. Inside the write, you have two types. One is overwrite and one is append, right? So in the two operations, whatever you do, it will always create a version. And apart from that, what you have seen, you have also seen there is a there is a thing that whenever you insert data or you delete data, that is also captured, and that is also create a version in turn, right? So that is the differences we have discussed in our previous classes. And apart from these things, what else we have discussed? Why we are using delta lake here? Why? What is the purpose of this particular thing? All this we have discussed, right? So 1 minute. So see, so these are the differences between data lake and delta lake. So here the format is always the raw data. And inside the delta lake, it is a Parquet file format. And here also it will process both batch and stream. Here also it will process batch and stream. But ACID transactions is no inside the data lake. But inside the delta lake, yes, we have ACID transactions, schema enforcement, lineage tracking. All these are the supplements of Delta Lake upon the data lake. Okay. And with respect to cost, data lake is always lower than the Delta Lake. But remember one thing, if the data is huge for that, same data, when you, let's say 50 MB data has been stored in data lake and Delta Lake, it is less cost compared to the delta lake. But just think that you have TBs of data. So TBs of data will also cost less. Yes, obviously cost little bit less compared to this, but it is very costly, right? To store that particular data. Understand the differences, okay? I'm not saying it is always less. With respect to the size of the file, the cost will always increase, right? So that's what we have discussed. And we have also discussed few things about this one. Delta Lake is a framework and all. So about ACID transactions, what is atomicity and what is consistency, isolation, and duration? What are these features? With respect to the delta tables, we have discussed it, right? It is similar to our database features, correct? But see, remember one thing. Delta tables are also in a table format, but it is not straight away a table format. Okay? Delta table is a different thing, and our relational database tables are bit different. Okay, in this case, because inside the databases, we usually read the data from any other SQL table and write it to another SQL. Here we are having few other things apart from that, right? So we will see all those things, means time versioning and all is not is possible in this particular delta lake when it compared to data lake. Okay, so let me show you one more thing. So data versions and time versioning. Time travel and data versions. We have discussed about that also, right? So it will always create a time versions whenever a timestamp with respect to timestamp and also the version numbers. You can either retrieve the data in two cases, like either with respect to the timestamp or with respect to your what version number, correct? So here we have inserted few uh, data inside the table, and then we have seen the history. See how you can see the version numbers and what has been done in what operation has been performed on the particular data and all. These all things. How we have done this? We have done all that with the help of we have seen all these with the help of describe history command. Okay, describe history and the table. So this will give you all the related things. And see, with respect to SQL table also we will get the same thing, and with respect to any delta file also you will be getting the same things, right? We have seen all of them. And retrieving the data with respect to version and retrieving the data with respect to timestamp. We have seen this also, right? So version 0 we have seen, and with respect to timestamp we have seen this particular one. So apart from these two, yesterday what we have seen, restoring a version. So see, why I'm explaining all this again means today what I'm going to explain you is interconnected with this particular concepts. That's why I'm revising all the things. Okay. So restoring the version. Restoring the version means if I have created a table and I have inserted few values and then again I have deleted few values. Okay. Now how many versions have been created? Three versions have been created. But unfortunately I have deleted, right? But I don't want it to be deleted. I want it to be there still. So at that moment, forever, I want them to be there forever. Then at that moment, what can I do? What can I do in that case? I can restore the version 1 so that table creation and inserting the values. These two are the operations we have done, and so it will have complete information. The deletion operation will get will be removed. Means we have traveled back with, of one version, right? So that is what this restoring the version means. So how to restore it? Restore table and this file, whatever the location you have, you need to give and version to which version you want to store. So this is the syntax to restore it. Okay. So I hope till here you are clear. Now that we have created all this and we are good, we got one question. So see, every day I will get a source file. So I will get a source file. I will read the data. I will read the data every day, and I will also generate one particular file. I will read the data from that source file, and I will generate data to one particular file. Okay, think that scenario. So at that moment, every day I'm also creating one new file. Sorry, every day I'm also inserting or updating the things in one file, right? So every day the version updation will be happen to that particular file. But but see, if I'm doing this particular thing from past 1 year, then how much how much data which is not at all required for us will be stored inside our DB. Just think of that one. Every day, what version we have, we are, I mean, today if it is version 0, tomorrow it will be version 1. Again, it will be version 2, day after tomorrow. Like that, the versions will be increased. And all those versions history will be residing in our database, right? So database in the sense whatever location you are storing the delta table, that particular thing. Okay, not a traditional database. Okay. So in that location, all my versions have been placed. So in order to um eradicate this particular issue, what we have come up with one particular thing, that is vacuum command. What this vacuum command will do? Vacuum command will definitely delete the data. uh, See, if it is a default one, it will retain the data till 7 days only. Means from today, it will go back to 7 days only, and remaining all the things it will remove. That is the default thing we have learned. But if you don't want the 7 days data also, you still want it to be like you need only last 4 days versions only, then at that moment you can still set this particular thing, retention duration check dot enabled is equal to false. See, not false actually, you need to set it to be true, and then only you will be able to delete the data. Okay, so that's what we have seen yesterday. So um, where is this? We have seen how to do things using dry run also, right? So dry run we have seen, and wait, if it is enabled, it will be taking the data till 7 days. If it is false, then you can set it to how many days you want or how many hours you want, you can take. Okay. And using that one, we have retained to 0 hours. Then what it has done, it has taken only the latest version, and apart from that, it has removed all the data. So at that moment, if I retry to get the data again, I didn't get an opportunity to read the same data again, because I mean read the that particular version, because it has been deleted. Vacuum command will always delete. Differences between vacuum command and restoring the version is bit different. When you restore the version, then what it will happen means it will restore the version to particular version, but it will not delete other versions. Okay, but vacuum command is bit different than that. When you when you say this particular vacuum command, vacuum or vacuum del and vacuum this particular file and retain only this particular hours of data, means it will have only these particular hours of data and it will delete them. You will never be able to restore that particular version. Okay, and this is the manual thing which we will do, vacuum command. Okay, and that particular thing we have seen yesterday. And one more important thing we have seen, that is merging of the tables. So this is the most important thing which we have discussed yesterday, merging of two tables. So we have also discussed the use case of this particular thing. So when do we use this merge table? So merging of two tables, so this can be used when you have the data, like same scenario. Every day I'm reading from one source file, I'll do some transformations and I will upload it, right? Upload to the same file. But what are those transformations? Wait, there are two things. One is overwrite and other one is append. Okay. If the source table is always having the data like overwrite, then when I'm also reading the data and also I'm also giving the doing some transformations and giving it back to one of my file. So see, uh, in that what can wait. Let me explain you this only. So here we are imagining that we have a source file which is getting overwritten and you have requirement to load that particular source file daily. And instead of overwriting or appending the data, you could use the merge command. Okay. So you need to take the data from that source file and you need to add only the data which is new, either new or any updates to older records. Only that should be taken. Only that records needs to be updated. Remaining all we should not touch. So that is the requirement we have. So see, this particular merge command will definitely be used in your real-time scenario. Okay, definitely. This is for sure. Okay. So understand it more in depth. Okay. So what if we have done in that case? We have one table, employee and employee one. So in employee one, we have inserted few records. Okay. So when I use the merge statement, merge into employee using employee one, what it will do? It will merge the employee with this employee one. And the condition also we have. So this condition is like on employee ID when this is equals to this. Okay. When this is equals to this and when matched means this employee ID is getting matched with this particular employee ID, this table employee ID. Then if it is matching and if there update select star set star, so what we are doing, then we are updating the records. Okay. If the employee ID is matched with the other table employee ID. If this is not getting matched, then what you are doing? Not matched, then you are inserting the star. Which are not matching, those we are inserting. Which are matching, we are just updating. So this is how we use the merge statement in our real time. Okay, this is one of the most important concept in real time also. And from interview perspective also, they will give you scenarios like anything. Like it is not the always a straightforward answer. Okay, think when you are sitting in front of your interviewer, he can trick you in any way. In any way, if he tricks you, you should be able to understand, okay, for this scenario we should be using this particular merge statement, then this can be resolved. Okay, how you can understand? By understanding this particular thing in depth, means when to use this one. If you have clear idea, then you will be able to answer that thing. Okay. So now that we have seen all of them, we are going to see few things today. That is data feed we are going to see. And wait, let me create a notebook and session 15. Okay. So today we are going to discuss mostly on data feed. Firstly, data feed. Secondly, that is related to your time versioning and all. Okay. And we will also discuss about the medallion architecture, and we will discuss the differences between the delta lake and the lake house. Okay. uh, Delta lake and lake house, we will discuss about all these things in our class today. And apart from this, we will also discuss about batch and streaming, both of them. Okay, let me quickly start the session. So this is the medallion architecture which I'm referring. Okay, so and also we will see about the schema enforcement also. Okay. Okay. So let me first explain you what is this medallion architecture. With respect to the name which I'm referring to you, don't think it is something which you don't know. Okay. This is something which we all know. Only thing is we are not sure about like at what cases this is this and what cases this is other thing. I mean correlating the things should be in your hands only. Okay. So see, firstly, here if you see, these are the sources of data. Okay, you can get the data from any of them, like Kafka, Microsoft SQL Server, Amazon Kinesis, and JSON format file, or CSV file, or a text file, whatever it is, from your DBFS, whatever it is. This is the source. Okay. Firstly, when you insert this particular data, means to use this particular data in real time, actually, in real time, you are having three layers. One is bronze layer, one is silver layer, and the other one is gold layer. Okay. And finally, you will be utilizing this particular gold layer data into the streaming analytics or BI reporting or data science and ML. Okay. So what is this bronze layer actually? Means when you are taking the data and directly ingesting it, like however the data is, in the same way, if you ingest it inside this particular any of the means, if you ingest the same thing inside your data like Gen 2, then that is a bronze layer. Okay, means if you are taking the data from, let's say, from Google, so Google will give you some format like XML or JSON, be it anything. Okay, if you insert the same thing as is, then that is a bronze layer. So here also it has written in the same way, raw ingestion and history. Okay, land data as it is received, provenance to source. This is what it is saying. Means this is a raw data layer. And once we got the data, which is very raw, what we will do? We will definitely filter the data, right? So that particular thing, what we are doing, and again we will create tables, right? So second one is a silver layer. Here what we will do, we will filter the data, clean the data, okay? And we will handle all the values like, for example, if you consider any employee data, in employee data, you are having employee ID, name, manager ID, department ID, and salary. For example, if someone is not having any manager ID or department ID, how you handle this missing data and all. We will discuss all this in depth in our further course, okay? But for now, think like what you're doing in this particular layers. Just think of only that particular thing, okay? We will see everything in our course practical also, all these things. Don't worry on that one, okay? Till now what we have discussed about bronze layer, and once we got the data inside the bronze layer, what we have done, we have created a silver layer upon the bronze layer by filtering the data and cleaning the data and handling the null values involved. By doing all this, we have created a silver layer. Okay. And now that we have these two layers, upon the silver layer, you're going to create a gold layer. So what is this? So now when you have a clean data and structured data, and it is an ideal data, let's say, okay, when you have that, you are now ready to create whatever the business logic you want, you can implement, and you can get all the answers for all your questions. Like my CEO will ask me in what region this particular product, let's say, I bought something from Amazon. Okay. Let's say I bought Alexa. Okay. Alexa, CEO is asking in which area, in which region of India this Alexa has been sold, this majorly, if he is asking that question. So you will be able to transform all the, I mean, do all the things and transform till the thing that you got an answer, right? So it is not the thing that he will answer, he will ask you that particular question. That is just an example, okay? We will have all the gold tables also with respect to the business level logics, okay? Once you have that particular things, then again, this particular layer tables will be used for BI reporting, means Power BI reporting or Tableau, whatever you want, you have. You can use that one, okay? So this is how the medallion architecture means. So in this particular thing, do you feel something which you don't know we have discussed today? No, right? It is the same thing which we are discussing from our past few days of our course. Like what I'm doing, I'm also ingesting the raw data. Means I'm ingesting a sample file in a text format or a CSV format inside the DBFS. And reading that, I'm applying some transformations. based on what requirement I want, I have done, and to get the results. So what I'm doing, so this bronze layer is with respect to the DBFS one. Silver is what I have created so many data frames, right? Out of the files which I have taken, data frames I have created, and I have created temporary views. Out of those data frames and the tables which I have views which I have created, what I have done upon all of them, I again transformed a few, applying few of the logics, and ultimately I got a few of the things, right? So I have followed the same structure: bronze, silver, gold. But but see, source is what the bronze layer is referring to. Okay, it can be of anything. See, this is with respect to my course. I'm explaining you like this is bronze, this is silver, and this is gold. But in your real time, it will differ definitely. So the bronze layer you will construct upon the data lake Gen 2, maybe. Okay, that is one of the source. That's why I'm discussing about that one. You will construct upon this Gen 2. Okay, silver layer you will construct upon this bronze, means each and every table whatever you read in this particular layer will definitely from the bronze layer, and it should not be from the uh, raw data. It should not be from the raw data. Okay, and for gold also, every table whatever you create in this gold layer, you will always reference to the silver layer table only. Okay, so why we are applying all these I mean why the data should go through this medallion architecture means for the data quality. Okay, the purpose of all this is the data quality. So clear everyone? This is the medallion architecture. I will show you practically creating this bronze, silver, and gold. Okay, three layers how I will create and I will show you in our further course. Don't worry for now. You are good now, right? If someone asks you what is the medallion architecture, you should be able to explain them. Medallion, if someone asks, even in your sleep also, you should be remembering that bronze, silver, and gold. Okay, this is easy to correlate and answer. Okay. Okay, so we have discussed about this medallion architecture, right? We have few things which needs to be understandable. Let me wait. So, in continuation to the time versioning, I'm now explaining few things like schema evaluation, data feeds, and all. Okay, so once that all these things are done, then I will explain you medallion architecture by ingesting the data into bronze, silver, and gold. Okay, don't worry for now. So let me connect to the cluster first. Okay. So what is this data feed? I'm going to explain you about the data feed. Okay. So today I'm going to explain you about the data feed. So let me do one thing. Let me quickly take any of the tables. dbtools.fs.ls of I'm taking this particular COVID as my data set, okay, for my reference, just to explain you how it comes, okay. COVID-19 data. So I'm creating this particular data frame, okay. And just to read the data, spark.read dot format of CSV dot options. So what options you want? Header should be true, right? True. And what else? We need to load now with respect to the path. Let me display the data. Okay. Display of there is a spelling mistake here. So now that I have read this particular one, what it has given the data. What is the data we have inside this particular file means date, country, state, FIPS, cases, deaths. Okay. So this is the particular thing which we have inside our data. Correct. Now that I have this particular thing, let me convert it into the delta table. Okay. See, remember one thing. I'm now converting this to the delta table. Okay. Then the original picture come into the place. df COVID-19 dot write dot format of delta. Okay. I'm using delta format dot option. Option should be overwrite. No, sorry. Mode should be overwrite. Overwrite I'm taking. And now what I'm doing, dot save as table. Okay. I'm just creating this as a COVID-19. Now that I am creating this particular thing, let's see what it will do. If I say this as a save as table, it will create a table inside a default database. If I say just save, then what it will do? It will save as a file, right? Firstly, we shall check COVID-19 has been created. See, so it has been created now. And now I have created that particular thing. I'm saving this as a file also so that I will show you both of them. Okay. Inside the catalog, dbf is delta. Inside the delta, I will store this. Let me remove this. Okay. Let me execute and show you. So now that I have executed this one, it has created the particular COVID-19. So in this inside this folder, so data has been created in these many partitions, 8 partitions. And if here if you see only one JSON and one CRC. It means that this is the basic version of a file which we have created. Okay. So now we have done all this. So to see this data feed, what do we mean by data feed? Means, see, um, let me do one thing. Let me insert one table. Okay. No, let me insert one record. Okay. What I will do means insert into table COVID-19. Okay, values. Let me see. This is a string. This is a string, string, string. All are strings only. Okay. See, here you will be able to always get the schema. Okay. So schema is a string. 2020 0609. Okay. And this one in India. No, this is US only, no? New York. NYC. I'm just giving whatever I want. Okay. So I'm inserting this particular thing, but I will show you one more thing. Okay, one has been inserted and all, but if I query on this particular thing, select star from COVID-19, where state equals to NYC. See, when I say state equals to NYC, I have only one record because I have only inserted this particular record. That's why I'm able to do this. If I say select star, what are all the columns we have here? We have only whatever the columns we have there, we have the same things, right? But now I'm going to enable the data feed one and let's see how many columns we will be getting. Okay. So to enable the data feeds, we have two options. Okay, always. How to enable that one is set data spark dot read dot sorry spark dot databricks dot it should be spark dot databricks dot delta dot properties spark dot databricks dot delta dot properties dot defaults dot enable change data feed. Okay, this one you need to do it manually. So once this has been enabled, now that it is enabled throughout your database, okay? Now for any particular table, how you can do that one? For COVID-19, we don't have this particular thing, right? So what I will do means alter table COVID-19 set table properties. Okay. set table properties, TBL properties of, if you say, we got this particular thing, na? TBL with respect to the intelligence, we got this particular thing. So inside the table properties, what you need to do, you need to mention delta dot enable change data feed, it is equals to true. Okay. See, I'm not executing this particular thing, but let me show you one. Select star from COVID-19, limit 5. Okay. I want only 5 records. So see, it has, even though I have set this particular thing to true, it has not taken any action. But if I alter this particular table, I'm altering the table COVID-19 set table properties as this one. See, because it has been already created, I'm doing like this. But if you want to do it, by the time you are creating the table, you can set the properties. Okay. So see, I'm executing this particular one. It said okay, no? Let me show you one thing. Select star from table changes of COVID-19. Okay, COVID-19, and I want the version 1. Okay, because recently I have inserted one record. Let me show you what it will give you. See what it is saying. Error getting the change data for the range, as change data was not recorded for version 1. Why it is not recorded? Because I have enabled this particular change data feed after that first version, right? That's why. Let me insert a few records and then I will show you. Using the same syntax. So that's why I'm copying it. Let me insert 2, 3 records also. Okay, let me insert it. Now it has inserted 3 records. Now I'm executing the same thing once again. See, this is the same thing like our time travel or data version, right? If you remember or not, it is also serving the same purpose, but there is a minor difference. So this is not 1, this time 2 I'm doing. Okay. See, when I asked it select star from table changes 19 version 2. Then what it has given me? What are all the things I have inserted? Those records only have been displayed here. Okay, not all the things. Do you remember or not? If I take any version 1 or version 2 for any of the particular things, that time also I got whatever I have done, that particular thing only I got it right. But see here, there is a small change. Here, you also got underscore change type and underscore commit version and commit timestamp. These all particular columns have been added here. Means what it has done means it has a function. I mean, using this particular thing, you could definitely tell me for each and every record when the change has been happened, at what time and at what version. Means this is at a record level, you should say. Okay. Firstly, we have seen with respect to the notebook, we could see the version history through here. And if I say describe version, describe history of this particular COVID-19, it will give me 1, 2, 3 and all. But if I select any, that one also I will do, okay, and show you. Describe history COVID-19 as of version as of 1, right? Version as of 1. First version. So, wait. If I say describe a history, then it should be good enough to get the versions. But if I say select star from COVID-19 version as of 1, then at this moment, it will give me version 1 data. See, when I say version 1, what I have done, I have inserted the data. So it is appending the data. I got each and every record along with what I have inserted. But if I say table changes as of version, then it has given me only the things which I have inserted. You got the difference, right? So when I use this particular thing, when I enable the data feed, it is at the record level. We got the history. Okay, and change type also it is giving us insert. If I delete the things, it will give me delete. Okay, if I have updated something, it will give me as update. Okay, so that is the difference between these two. You got the difference, right? Or should I repeat it again? Okay, at least one reaction. Thank you. Let me charge my laptop. Okay, give me a moment. Okay. So now that we have discussed about data feed and the differences between the data feed and the time versioning, we will go into the next topic. The next topic is something which is the schema evolution. Schema evolution. Okay. So what is this schema evolution mean? Remember this particular point. What are the differences between data lake and delta lake? Here we told schema enforcement is not there inside the data lake, but it is there in the delta lake. So we have discussed this particular thing, right? So we are going to discuss what is the schema enforcement or schema evolution. Both are same, okay? There is no difference between those two terms. So schema evolution means, let's say if I have a table, okay, for that particular table, today I'm getting all the records properly and all, everything is good. Tomorrow also it is good. But later 1 month after, what happened means there is a schema mismatch between the two tables. Two tables means I'm reading the data from one source file, right? What it will do means I will directly read it and overwrite my what select star from table one in I will do that particular thing and I will insert it into my table two. Then actually now when I say select star, I'm not going to check any schema of that particular thing. I will do just star. For example, if there is any change like dropping a column or inserting a new column has been done by my source team, but it was not informed to me. Then at that moment, what it will happen when I do select star, all the records, be it 4 records or 6 records, all these records will be inserted into other table. But remember one thing, can that happen? When there is a schema mismatch, it will definitely throw you an error. It will definitely not insert the data, correct? So, but, when we use the schema enforcement inside the delta lake, with that option we can adjust with respect to the schema and it should never throw me an error, but it should inculcate with respect to the other table. So this particular thing, see, does any platform which we know have this particular thing? Like, be it in your SQL table also, when you are unioning two tables, it will check the schema definitely, because this particular table should have 5 columns and the other table also should have 5 columns. Then only you will be able to union it. Correct. If you have only 4 columns in other table, then it will say schema is not matching and all, right? It is something which is new and it can be accepted only in the delta lake. Okay, let me show you practically. So see, I already have the data with respect to the COVID-19, correct? Let me use the same data and I will show you what is the schema enforcement. Okay. Uh, for this, what we can do means cases and deaths are there, na? So every day the deaths are 0 only, and the cases are only 1 and 2, and few times it is 10 and 10 only. But if I do, okay, we'll do one thing. Let me create a table. Create table. Df is equals to spark.sql of create table. What is this table? COVID-19. COVID-19_1. Okay. What I can do in this case, see, if I write like this, it will just create the table. But I want the thing, uh, I want one column to be added for this particular one. Okay. In this case, what I can do, let me think of it for a moment. If I have two particular things like okay, let me not create any table. Just I will create a select statement. Select star, comma. What else I can create? Random. I'm just picking one randomly, one number into 10. Okay. This as a random number. Okay. I'm just adding this particular column to the above one. Okay, from COVID-19. Then if I do this, COVID-19, this particular DF will have all the data, including that particular one, right? Let me display it. Hmm, DF. Okay, okay. I'm writing DF and I have given percentage SQL. That's why it is throwing me error. Okay. So this is the random value, random number I got. Okay. I have attached this particular column. Now that I have this particular thing, what I'm doing, what I will do now means I will load this particular data into this particular location. In what location I have saved this particular COVID-19 one? Let me go back and show you. So this is the path, right? Path DBFS path, correct? DBFS underscore path. So I will utilize that particular variable here. So df dot write dot mode should be always overwrite. No, no, no. Let me append, okay? And show you what is the difference. Append dot format of delta. Okay. Dot dot save path dbfs path, right? dbfs path. Okay. See now what it will do. So what it is saying now, a schema mismatch detected when writing to the delta table. So it is saying the schema mismatch is going when you want to write it, correct? But what I can do in this case means df dot write dot. Let me give the same syntax here, but okay, wait, let me not disturb the particular thing. So what I will do means create table COVID-19 underscore 1 using delta and location is delta b bfs underscore path. Okay, let me give the absolute value here. Delta dot. What is the location I'm going to give now? Delta slash COVID-19. Okay. At delta. Let me remove this. Now that I have created COVID-19 table from this COVID-19 file, okay, you can create a delta table using the file location like this also. So I have created this particular one. Now what I'm doing, the data will be in COVID-19 underscore 1, right? Now with the same thing, I'm appending it to df, right? So what I'm doing here, I have option, okay? I have option which is schema merge schema. Merge schema is equals to true. Now I am executing this particular statement. Let's see. Option, options. Okay. See, now it is getting executed irrespective of what schema I have given. Even though I have one particular extra column, it is saying the same thing, right? So it has done. Now, if I query on this particular one, select star from delta dot deltas slash COVID-19, right? This is our table. But but that does not have any columns. Why there is an issue here? I'm reading the same particular file, right? Okay, right. I have given the mode as append only. You're trying to read the delta table that does not have any columns. Does not have any columns? That should not be the case because I have created a data frame with this particular data and I'm utilizing the same thing, right? Why it is not giving df underscore change schema? Okay. if it is getting confused with the data frame name, and that's why I'm changing it. Again, it is getting executed. Let's see. We'll do one thing. We have only one table, right? That is COVID-19. Okay, we have one more, that is COVID-19 underscore one. COVID-19. COVID-19 underscore change schema. Okay, we will take this particular thing using delta, and again what I'm doing, location is path to DBS. Delta slash okay, let's see. I'm not sure why it is doing these things to me. Mm, anyways, we can read it from the data frame, right? df underscore read data changes schema. If I show you this particular thing, spark dot read dot format of which one, delta dot load of dbfs path, display of df read data change schema. Let's see what it will throw us. Okay, so finally we have read the data from this particular file. Okay, see the random number is null, right? But if I scroll down, if I scroll down also, it is not showing me that. But what happened here exactly, I will show you. Okay. I have appended the data, right, to this particular data. So what it happened means, for the one which is already there, it will take as null. And when we are appending, it will take the value which we have given, right? So what I can do in this case means, display of this one. So let me do one thing. df read schema dot select of random underscore number. Why I'm doing this means I just want to show you this particular thing. Okay. Let me hold it into any data frame. Then only we will be able to see it. Okay, let me import it. Okay, from PySpark.sql dot functions import star. Let me do one thing. Group by the same random number. No, let's do this. Change underscore schema dot count distinct. We can use, right? Count distinct of random number. Hmm. If not this one, what it is expecting from type. Okay, let's not go into this particular thing because it is wasting my time. But understand the scenario that when we append it, the older one will always have the null values and the one which you have appended will always have the new values. Okay, so that is what I just want to show you. This is all about the schema enforcement. Now let's move to the next one. But there is one more thing. You can also try from your end. When you are creating a table from this particular, well, I'm loading the things to COVID-19. What it has done initially, there is a schema mismatch, it has said. But later, when I again use the merge schema equals to true, then what it said, it has done its job. It has loaded the data. At that moment, it has not showed any error. But later, when it is saying create table, when we create a new table and using the same location, this time it is showing this time it is showing error saying that it has no data to do such things. Okay. Do try from your end and let me know what it is saying. Okay. For now, let me go to the next concept. So till now, what are all the things we have discussed? Today, we have discussed about medallion architecture. We have discussed about data feeds, which is related to time versioning. And we have discussed about this particular schema enforcement, right? So now that we are discussing all these things, we are going to discuss about the next topic, that is stream and batch processing. Okay. Stream and batch processing. So in order to tell you what does this stream and batch processing means, batch processing means is it is always what I told you in my previous classes. Batch processing is nothing but if there is already a data, like if Amazon is selling the data for these many years, what it will do, it will take the whole data, like 1 day complete data, it will take, and then it will ingest it and it will give to the developers. What then developers will do? They will take the whole data of the particular day And for each day, they will give us for this particular region, this is the for this particular region, this is the sales we have done for this particular product, and for this particular product in this region, this is the value. So this is all how we have done. Means batch, particularly when we say batch means taking the data for a certain time period, be it one day, be it 1 hour, or be it like 1 month or 1 year, whatever it is. If at a certain time frame you are working on the data, then that is called batch processing. But when you say stream processing is nothing but when you say for example, in order to give you the batch data also, there should be a streaming data. Means every moment what the customer is doing, we need to understand. I mean, we need to track. Then only we will be able to ingest the data in batches. Correct? So that is the difference between batch processing and stream processing. Okay. So in order to leverage this particular things, we shall understand a uh, few parts of the data. Like till now we have discussed all of them, right? So let me leverage all these properties which we have discussed and explain you what is the difference between batch and stream. So batch is again the same thing which we have discussed. Like COVID-19, if you see whatever the data set we are using, be it COVID-19 or any other one, whenever you say it as a batch, means this particular file data we already have. We just retrieved and used it and transformed the data and done that one. So that is batch processing only. But when it is a stream processing, it is a different one. But for you today, I will explain you about okay. So let me not jump into this particular topic directly. Let me explain you what is the difference between Delta Lake and Lake House. Okay. So first I'll explain you that particular thing and then I will go ahead. Okay. So inside the okay. So Delta COVID-19, these two are the different things. That is the reason why it is saying we don't have it. Okay. COVID-19. Change the schema. But anyways, because it is already exist. Okay. Finally, at least now I could show you the difference. Before I didn't get it because here inside the DBFS, COVID-19 with a smaller case and COVID-19 with the upper case, it has been created. That's where it got mismatched and I couldn't show you. But if I scroll complete down, also, I'm not getting a distant random number from COVID-19. Here you could see only null values, but if I give you distant, see here, you could see all these, right? So it means that here we have a limitation to show only first 10,000 rows. But when you see the other rows which we have appended, then you will be able to see all this. Or you can just select star where random number not equal to null. You can use either of them, but yeah. You got the syntax right, at least you got the context right for this too. Let's jump into the next topic, that is Delta Lake and Lake House. So where I'm discussing about the Delta Lake and Lake House. So when I say Delta Lake, so what is the difference between the Delta Lake, Data Lake, and Lake House? Okay, let me discuss with respect to these differences and then I will go ahead with the Lake House. So Lake House is nothing but Lake House is nothing but it should have Spark, Databricks, Databricks plus Spark API plus Databricks plus Spark API plus Data Lake plus Spark plus Delta Lake. Okay. Spark API could be SQL or Python or anything. Okay. So this is what the lake house means. Lake, what is the difference between Delta Lake and Lake House means if someone asks you, you could just give this a description. Lake House is nothing but Databricks. Inside the Databricks, when you leverage the properties of Data Lake using the Spark, then you will create the Delta Lake. But in Lake House, when you have all these things along with the Delta Lake, then it is called Lake House. Okay, means it is the same. I mean, it is almost the same thing like the delta tables, but the delta lake, the layer above the delta lake water where all these delta tables reside is a lake house. Understand the difference? I'm repeating it once again. Lake house is nothing but Databricks plus data lake plus Spark plus Delta Lake plus a Spark API. So this is what the lake house mean. Okay. But what this Delta Lake mean? Delta Lake is nothing but leveraging the properties upon the data lake. That leveraging the property, we are creating a layer upon the data lake by writing select star. I mean, writing it into the delta tables, we are creating the delta lake. But above all this, we have lake house. So that is what the lake house means. Okay, clear? Or do you have any doubts about these? Delta lake is having the ACID transaction, schema enforcement, time travel, and metadata handling. All these we do have inside the Delta Lake, right? So similarly, all these properties will also be there for Lakehouse because Lakehouse is built upon the data lake house. Sorry, this has been built upon data lake and also delta lake. Okay. I will clearly mention this particular thing, what I have written here inside the PPT also while I'm sharing you. But for now, think from this perspective. Okay. What is the lake house and what is the delta lake? Okay. Including delta lake only, we will be able to create a lake house. This can be created upon any cloud platform, like Azure Databricks or AWS Databricks or whatever it is. But it should definitely have a Databricks and data lake, Spark and Delta Lake. Okay, these are the main components of the lake house. I hope it is clear to everyone. Okay. Now I will be going to the batch processing. Okay, so batch processing and stream processing, we already discussed the differences between these two. But for the same example, I will show you what is batch processing and I will also show you what is a stream processing. Okay. Let me take a new data set. Okay. Display of dbutils dot fs dot ls. Let me take from filter sharing. Okay, learning Spark. Favorite animals.csv. Okay, I'm utilizing this particular thing. Df underscore animals. Let me not decide on this one. If the data set is okay for me, then only I will take it. Okay. Spark.read.csv. Let me read it. Df underscore animals. Show. You can use show or display, but mostly try to use the display. Oh, I don't have much inside this particular one. Let me go to any other data set. Okay. Let me go to Learning Spark V2. Okay. Inside this one, hopefully I will get something which we can use. Not the JSON one. I'll go with flights for now. I'm just reading it here. Okay. So we have summary data. Let me take the Parquet one. When it is Parquet, it should be like Parquet only, no? Mode is spark.read dot format of Parquet, and let me close this dot load of. What is this? Lights, right? What it is saying, it is unable to infer the schema. Let me see if I have something inside this or not. Oh, then okay, I have only one file. That is the problem. Hmm. So I got something which is useful data, destination country name and origin country name and count I have, right? So within the destination and origin, how many flights have been traveled? That is the count list now. Okay. So this is with respect to batch data we are dealing. Let me convert it. Okay. Create table delta underscore flights using delta and the location. It should ideally be somewhere, right? Let me see if it could read from this particular location or not. You are trying to create a okay. So it couldn't read it from this particular location. So what I can do, I can just convert it into a delta table, right? Df underscore flights dot right dot delta right dot mode should be overwrite, and the format should be delta. Okay. Dot save as flights. Inside the delta, I'm going to create delta slash parquet slash this particular one, right? Let me copy this, the same thing here. Okay. Now, using the same location, what I will do, I will create one table. So this is the table I got it now. Let me count it, okay? Select star from lights delta underscore lights count of star. Okay. Why I'm again taking this particular thing and I'm doing means I will explain you each and everything. Okay. So see, again I have taken this particular data set, data frame, and I have created one more table. And this time, if you see, count of star is 255. Okay. Now, when I'm going to create a Spark, this is about the batch streaming. Sorry, this is about the batch processing. Means now I'm able to do some processing upon this particular data, right? So this is what the batch processing is. Now, if I go to Spark stream processing, okay. So now I'm going to tell you what the stream processing is. Okay. Let me input few things which are all required. Import PySpark, PySpark.sql.functions, import star, sorry, from this, from PySpark.sql. Remember each and everything which I'm typing now because this is about the stream processing, which is new to us. Import star. Import random and okay. Now I'm going to write a thing for the stream processing. Okay. This each and everything when I'm writing, I will explain you and then I will write it. Okay. Don't worry if you don't understand. I will repeat it again and again. Okay. So now I'm going to start the thing with very basic one, that is creating a function. Generate stream. This is the function I'm taking. And inside this one, I'm giving table format, table name, and schema. Okay, should be always, see, for now, I'm giving it as false, but later I will change it. Okay. Type is equals to stream or batch. Okay. So see, I have this particular file, right? So this is about my batch one. Now I'm going to create something for stream. Okay. These are the uh, function parameters which it will expect every time when we call this particular thing. Okay. So now inside this one, I'm like we have our what how do we read any file when you are processing the batch file? Spark.read.data means spark.read. Whatever format you want, you will dot format off, you will take and dot load off, then it will read the data. Likewise, inside the streaming data, for streaming data also, you have different things. Here also you have spark dot read stream. So what it will do, you will be having read stream function. Okay, format here also read stream format. The format which I am using here is rate. Okay, this is the default value which it is expecting. Okay, option. So here inside the options, na, I'm using rows per second. Okay, how many rows I want? 200 rows per second. Okay, so now I'm loading the data. How I'm loading the data without any inside the load, I'm not giving any location. Okay, but now see, I'm just creating with new with column of So let me take whatever we have here. Okay, let me copy the column name. Let me paste it here. Okay, for this column, I'm giving the destination country and country value. For now, let me say country entry country name. Okay, country name of. Okay, I will create this particular one here. DF country name of. Return string of what I can do here. In this case, random choice. I will take, okay, random choice of. I will give any list. Let's not go to country only. Okay. India. Australia. Sri Lanka. So these are some choices which I have given. You can give more also. USA, England. Okay. So I'm using this particular one. Why I'm giving this particular slash here means if I give slash, then it will understand that, okay, this thing is not just ended. We have many things to do with column of. So origin country name, right? Origin country name. So this one also country name. It will pick randomly any one of them. Okay, that is the syntax of this one. With column of. Again, now we need count, right? Count. Count is nothing but rand of something into 100. Okay. So this one will be the value of my count I'm taking. Okay. So apart from this one, I will also take one more column. a column of type. My type of this particular one is stream or batch. Okay. For now, I'm taking directly the literal of stream only because I'm using the stream processing. Okay. So now it's done. I have created stream data structure, how it should read. Okay. Now that I have done that particular thing, now what I'm doing, if here what I have given, schema is false, right? Schema is true, means then what it will do, stream data should be read, correct? Stream data equals to stream data dot what stream data it should read, select, it should select destination country name, origin country name, count, and also type. Okay, it should return all these values. But what if, okay, uh, now that I'm reading all these things, where I should write something, right? So to write that particular thing, again, how you have read the data, spark.read stream of, right? So similarly, stream data dot write off. So this will stream data dot write stream off. So this will help us to write the things. Okay, it's already 10, but tomorrow definitely I'm going to discuss about the streaming data streaming structured data. Okay, with the example, how you can load the things and how you can do, we shall see it tomorrow. Don't miss tomorrow's class because it is very important when it comes to real-time scenarios. Okay, it will be definitely interesting when you have a complete data like data flowing continuously and how you are managing it and understanding it. It is very useful for us. So tomorrow I'll explain all this. Okay. Thank you all. Good night.